Men are not in crisis or experiencing any sort of social epidemic more so than they are reacting to their sustained loss of a patriarchal advantage. This is the first generation of men experiencing what it's like to exist without that systematic advantage, and there is a widespread inability to cope with that reality. Because in addition to providing men with material advantages, patriarchy provided a framework for male identity that didn't require much effort to access, so a man's value was substantially derived from his maleness itself, meaning that an average man didn't need to be particularly socially competent or professionally accomplished to secure social and financial stability. Nowadays, women generally have more economic independence, so it's no longer an economic necessity to attach themselves to a man. Nowadays, women are generally more educated. Women generally have more agency over their lives and bodies in a way that is legally protected. And with all of this, social expectation has shifted toward demanding as much from men as has been previously demanded of women. Men are reacting to this shift, consequently they are in crisis. It is not malicious, really. As I said, this is a systematic shift, so I'm not demonizing any individual man for suffering the effects. I'm not claiming the effects aren't a real thing. I'm asking us to interrogate the conditions which make them possible, which, by the way, have been falsely attributed to a misunderstanding and maligning of women's newfound independence. That is why the manosphere is currently so resonant. Grieving men mourning untouched privilege mistake male struggle as resulting from feminism, which they view as synonymous to society abandoning man. And wouldn't you know, all their proposed solutions amount to nothing more than turning back the clock to rebuild patriarchal structures by returning to traditional gender roles and rebuilding the world in a way that is somehow devoid of feminine influence. They want society to address these struggles with the same attention that we pay to women's issues, which misses the point that women's issues are about having their agency recognized and respected as much as men's, and removing barriers that prevent achievement based on merit, whereas these struggles are largely about the loss of advantages that elevated men regardless of merit. This way, nothing is going to happen until the fantastic day arrives that being male is just one characteristic among many, rather than the organizing principle of social structures. Until then, all discussion about the male crisis that doesn't identify the loss of patriarchal advantage as its root cause is just another way to protect men's feelings while avoiding the transformation that they actually require.